Guys, news as always coming from all over the world. Let me start with Al Nassr because it's officially Inigo Martinez has left Barcelona. He completed his medical in the recent hours at Al Nassr, signed this contract 1 year plus 1 as option, and so Inigo Martinez to Al Nassr is completed. Kingsley Coman is advancing very well. The official bid has already been submitted on Friday. The exclusive story on Kingsley Coman is confirmed. Now, negotiations ongoing. Bayern Al Nassr and negotiations ongoing. Kings Coman with Al Nassr on the contract. The player is open to the move, and so the expectation is positive around this deal. Negotiations underway for Kingsley Coman to leave Bayern and go to Al Nassr, try new chapter in Saudi Pro League. So, many movements around the board, guys, but we have to return for a moment in England because Manchester United introduced their new signings at Old Trafford. It's official: Benjamin Sesko, also Mbeumo, Cunha and Rojas, and Leon all together at the stadium at Old Trafford to say hi to Manchester United fans and to play Cunha and Mbeumo while Sesko wasn't ready to play yet. But the news coming out of Old Trafford is that Rasmus Hojlund didn't play one single minute. And this is the message of the club. For Manchester United, Rasmus Hojlund is a player available on the market. For Manchester United, Rasmus Hojlund can leave immediately. For Manchester United, Hojlund is available on loan. It's an initial loan and it's not a free loan. So let me explain. For Manchester United, the Hojlund deal can happen. Loan, by option, not mandatory. Over 40 million euros, around 45. Loan fee around 6-7 million euros, salary covered. These are the conditions of the Rasmus Hojlund deal for Manchester United. AC Milan have big interest in this deal. AC Milan already spoke to intermediaries to start the conversations. What's the point? Why the deal is not advanced at the final stages yet? Because Hojlund, as of today, even after the game, still maintains the same position. He wants to stay at Man United, fight for his place and compete. We will see, guys, because obviously Man United will have to convince Hojlund to go, and not playing him one single minute was probably a strong message to the player. But at the moment, still no green light to the move from Rasmus Hojlund. So we will have to follow and see what happens with this situation, because Milan are there, but still the player side is needed. On Manchester United, guys, I told you last night, Man United maintain contacts with the agents of Carlos Baleba, and I want to confirm that. Manchester United are speaking again and again, even today, with the agents of Carlos Baleba about the contract, about the salary. So Man United on player side want to advance and then see what happens with Brighton. At the moment, with Brighton, it's still not something advanced or concrete or easy. They know that Brighton wall remains very high, but the contacts are still ongoing. The player is not closing doors to Manchester United. And so Man United, from what I feel, they want to try. They want to try and say, okay, we believe Baleba is the perfect player. We are very happy with our market because Man United signed Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko, players they wanted. Now they say, if we can get the perfect midfielder, good, otherwise we will move on. But Man United want to try. And this is why, even today, on a Saturday, they continue to speak with the agents of Baleba, and the contract is a topic that for Manchester United would not be a problem. So let's see what's going to happen there. But for sure, it's an interesting situation to follow. Meanwhile, we have to respect Brighton and say that Brighton don't want to sell the player and will make Man United life in this deal very, very difficult. Big news, guys, coming from Newcastle, because Newcastle signed a new defender. The deal is done. It's a here we go. I've been telling you every single step of this story in the recent hours, and it's Malik Thiaw, the German defender, 24-year-old, coming from AC Milan. Agreement done, 35 million euros fixed fee plus 5 in advance, long-term contract to the player who will fly to Newcastle on Sunday evening. So everything is okay for Malik Thiaw to Newcastle. Everything is agreed club to club. Everything agreed with the player who really wanted to go to Newcastle, have the opportunity to play in Premier League, Champions League football, and so all done for Malik Thiaw, new defender for Eddie Howe, new signing after Ramsdale. And for Newcastle, also, guys, the message from Eddie Howe today, it's a really important message, because over the morning we had some news saying that Newcastle communicated to Alexander Isac that he's not going to be sold this summer. I'm not aware of that, and also Eddie Howe over the evening said, I'm not aware of that. The manager of Newcastle says that, obviously, why you don't give Isac the chance to return, why you don't try to change his mind, and they said if it was that easy, obviously I wanted to do that, but it's not easy at all, because Alexander Isac wants to go to Liverpool, maintains his position, he doesn't want to extend the contract, he wants Liverpool move, and Liverpool want Alexander Isac. So that deal remains absolutely on, absolutely concrete, and absolutely likely. So that's the story. Now, it depends on Newcastle again, and so let's see what Newcastle will decide to do. But at the moment, Newcastle have not closed the doors of Isac move to Liverpool. It's still an open story. To see what's going to happen, it's important, because it's not done as of today, of course. But the words from Eddie Howe confirm that at the moment, this saga remains absolutely ongoing. And also, Liverpool maintain their focus on Alexander Isac, because we know this appreciation for Barcola. We know this story about Barcola. I told you in the past few days, if they can't get Isac, Barcola would be the top target for Liverpool. But at the moment, their focus remains, at least this week. We will see what happens next week. But this week, their focus remains on Isac. They like Barcola. They appreciate Barcola. Who doesn't? One of the best wingers in the world. But again, their absolutely main focus is Alexander Isac. I told you also in the video here on YouTube when I was speaking about Barcola, and I can maintain my position about that. So that's the story for Alexander Isac, who remains the priority of Liverpool, and Liverpool remain his priority. Just to complete on Liverpool, don't forget the centre-back, because Liverpool want to add a quality centre-back, a player also with chances to develop. And Giovanni Leoni from Parma, this Italian defender, remains one of the options being considered. A player that Liverpool have monitored, have scouted. At the moment, I can guarantee to you, there is no bid, nothing advanced, nothing done, nothing completed. Parma still hope to keep the player for one more season and maybe sell him in 2026. But the interest from Liverpool in this boy has been growing in the recent days. There is interest also from Italian clubs, AC Milan, Inter, Juventus, all of them in Italy want to sign him. But it's important to say that for Giovanni Leoni, at the moment, the situation with Liverpool remains absolutely underway. So let's see what's going to happen there. Let's follow the situation, because Liverpool interest is concrete. Liverpool like the player. We are talking about a very talented defender who can have an important future. Again, at the moment, we are not at the stage where we can say it's an advanced deal, it's going to get done, it's going to happen. But I can tell you that Giovanni Leoni is one of the names they have on the list. For example, there are more options. There is one more talented defender around Europe. There is a different kind of option, Premier League proven, like Marc Guéhi, who is not extending his contract to Crystal Palace. So Liverpool will make their decision for sure this month. But Leoni is one to watch for Italian clubs, AC Milan, Inter, Juventus, but also appreciated by Liverpool. So we will be tracking and following this situation on the market. Just to close, guys, we went from Newcastle, Al Nassr and all the rest, staying in Liverpool. On the other side, Everton keep working and advancing on a deal for Jack Grealish on loan from Man City. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Hojlund to Thiaw and also Baleba, but also Leoni, Isac, Grealish and all the rest. Let me know your opinion, guys. Here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.